Okay, so as always, please listen to your body. Only do what's comfortable for you today. If we come into a pose that doesn't feel right today or in general, or whatever the case may be, please come out of the pose, find a resting posture, and then join us again whenever you are ready. Let's start lying down, any comfortable position for you. All right. So let's start here by noticing the breath. Where does it feel like your breath originates from in your body? Noticing the quality of your breath. Is it smooth? Maybe it catches somewhere. Remember, we're just checking in. We're not judging. There's no good or bad, right or wrong. Just noticing where you are starting your practice. So then I invite you here to maybe breathe gently today, at least for the beginning of our practice. So imagine that there is a candle flame in front of your nose. And as you breathe, you're trying not to blow out the candle. Can you be gentle with your breath? Perhaps today you can be gentle with your body. And be gentle with your mind. Okay, so let's bring some small movements into the body. Whatever movements feel right for you now. Today, I abandon my old habits and take up new, more positive ones. Is there anything you need to release, to let go of, to move on from? All right, let's hug both knees in towards the chest. Find any movements that feels good for you here. Maybe it's a rocking movement. Maybe it's knees going in circles. Okay, and then placing both feet on the earth. Since one of the requests was core today, we'll do a little warm up for the spine, for the core. So feet are on the earth, hip distance apart, knees are bent. A little bit of a moving bridge here. So pushing your feet into the earth, lift the hips, squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze the glutes, and then exhale, gently lowering your back down towards the earth. So pushing your feet in, moving at your own pace here, lift, squeeze, and then lower. Do a few more like this. And one more here. All right, if you need to, at any point as we go through anything that has to do with the back or the core, if you feel discomfort in the low back, perhaps swaying the knees from side to side, windshield wipering the knees. Remember I said, having a hard time talking today. All right. So whenever you're ready, we're gonna come back to that bridge pose, but we're gonna find a bit of a hold. So feet are hip distance apart again. Push the feet into the earth, lift the hips, squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze the glutes. Trying not to crunch the neck in towards the chest. So imagine a grapefruit under there. And then we're going to just find movements here with the arms. So as you inhale, bringing the arms up and back behind you. And as you exhale, bringing the arms back down by your sides. So notice suddenly your core is like, ooh, we have to stabilize ourselves as we move. So we'll just do this a few times. Continue driving the feet into the earth. Okay, so let's do one more here. And then once that's complete for you, gently lowering the hips down towards the earth. Once your back has softened, maybe feet come wide on the mat, windshield wipering the knees from side to side. So whenever you are ready, we'll come into a wind relief pose. So no rush, take your time. We'll hug the right knee in towards the chest, activating the right foot. And then extending the left leg long on the earth if that feels good for you. If not, keeping the foot on the earth. Okay, so as you hug the knee in towards you, where does it feel comfortable to send the knee? Is it towards the chest? Or is it maybe a little bit more towards the right armpit? So we just want to keep the right foot active here. Softening the shoulders. Softening in the jaw. All right, let's find one more round of breath. And then we'll switch over to the other side. Hugging the left knee in, activating the left foot. Maybe the right leg comes long on the earth. So just to mention, there's construction happening at my neighbor's house. I don't know if you can hear any background noise. You might at some point. You may also hear a dog bark at the background noise. All right, let's find one more round of breath. And then releasing the left foot to the earth. We're going to come back to hugging the right knee in towards the chest. Okay, soften the shoulders. Extending the left leg long if that feels good for you. And then we're going to find a little bit of core movement here. So still imagining that grapefruit underneath your chin. Gently lifting the head and shoulders up off the earth if that feels good for you. If not, keep it on the earth. And then lifting the left leg up off the earth, maybe an inch or two. Draw the belly button in. And then we're going to switch over to the other side. Hug the left knee in, right leg comes long. Allowing that right leg to hover. And then switch. Drop the head if you have to. And switch. I'll do one more on each side. Switch. And last one, switch. Gently releasing the head and shoulders to the earth, feet to the earth. All right, we're going to find, we haven't done this in a while. We're going to find a little bit of core work by moving the legs around. So feet are on the earth, repositioning your back flat on the earth. And then we'll bring the legs so that the shins are parallel to the ceiling. Activate the feet. Draw the belly button in. Maybe you find a slight tuck here of the tailbone. This could be enough even if you're really paying attention and turning on your abdominal muscles here. So one thing we want to try not to do is bring the knees really close in towards the chest. That just makes it easier. I mean, you could, but find that place where you feel activation here. Okay, so we're gonna take a couple more rounds of breath here. And then gently, you can always hold onto the side of your mat, or maybe arms come out to the side, palms face down, gently allowing the legs to slowly move over towards the right side, trying not to allow them to touch the earth. Just allow them to hover. Inhale, slowly bring them back up. Take your time. So we want the knees over the hips if you can, or further out. Exhale, knees drop over towards the left side, allow them to hover. Try to keep both shoulders on the earth. And inhale to center. So you're going to keep moving at your own pace. Exhale, legs come over to one side. Shoulders stay on the earth. And inhale to center. If you want to, you can make this a little more challenging by extending the legs long. We're going to find a few more here. All right, so the next time your knees come back to center, let's drop the feet to the earth, knees are bent. Feet come wide on the mat, windshield wipering the knees from side to side. Okay, let's walk the feet back towards each other. And then we're going to extend the legs up towards the sky. All right, so this one here, if you wish, you can always place your hands underneath your hips for a little bit more support for the low back. Okay. And we're going to do some leg lifts here. So I'm going to give you an option. You can do one leg at a time, which is a little gentler, or two legs. So as you exhale, gently lowering, let's say the right leg first. Just allow it to hover. Inhale, leg comes back to center. Exhale, opposite leg comes down. Or maybe you're doing two legs, both legs at the same time for a little bit more challenge. Trying not to allow the heels to touch the earth. And remember to breathe. All right, so this is an opportunity to move gently. Take your time. If you need a break, take a break and then join us again. Can you imagine that candle flame in front of you? Try not to blow out the flame. So long, slow exhales. Oh my goodness, how are we feeling? Couple more. Suddenly it feels warm. All right, let's do one more wherever you are. And then once that's complete for you, feet to the earth, knees are bent. Again, if you need to, windshield wiper the knees from side to side. All right, that is our core on our back. So whenever you feel ready, let's roll over to one side, any side that's calling for you. And then gently making your way up to seated, any comfortable seated position for you. Okay, so from seated here, let's find some seated cat-cow. So rounding in the spine, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone. And then moving in the opposite direction, shoulders roll back and down, the spine, heart opens up towards the sky. And just moving back and forth here at your own pace. All right, so one more time in each direction. And coming back to center. Let's find a moving twist. So hands come out to the sides, palms face up towards the sky. On your inhale, arms reach up towards the sky, soften the shoulders, and exhale, turning to one side and allowing your hands to come down towards the earth. Inhale, come back to center to lengthen the spine as you come back to center, and exhale to turn. Continue moving here at your own pace with your own breath. And as you lengthen your spine, imagine that your spine is getting long all the way from the tailbone to the crown of the head. I know your spine ends before the crown of your head, but you know what I mean. We're going to do one more in each direction. And then once that's complete, inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, arms come down by your sides. Okay, so from here, we're going to do a little bit of opening for the heart. So shoulders roll back and down the spine. We're going to bring the arms out towards the sides, palms face forward, heart reaches up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, round your spine, hug yourself, arms wrap around. Inhale to open, kind of like opening the butterfly wings. Exhale to round, rounding your spine. Maybe you tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Inhale to open. And exhale to round. We'll do one more. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, softening your hands on the earth. Palms face up towards the sky. Inhale, reaching up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center, clasping the hands, palms face out, round the spine. Reaching the arms away. Maybe you tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, arms come over towards one side. So if this feels really uncomfortable in your arms, feel free to drop whatever shoulder feels uncomfortable for you, or arm. Inhale to center and exhaling over to the other side. Find length here along the side body. So maybe imagine sending that upper rib cage up towards the sky. Inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, arms come down. Let's make our way into a tabletop pose. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Okay, and then from here, we're going to just come right into a low lunge, stepping the right foot forward between the hands. Okay, so right knee's over the ankle in line with the second or third toe. Squeeze the inner thighs as you rise. Arms reach up towards the sky. So we just want a nice gentle stretch here along the front of the left thigh. Squaring your hips and your shoulders towards the front of your mat. Perhaps you kind of sink and settle a little bit into this. All right, let's find a twist. Hands come to heart center. We're going to bring the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Push into the thigh, find length in your spine as you turn. So if this is not accessible in your body today, maybe it's hand down twist, left hand to the earth, right hand reaches up towards the sky. Woo. Okay, inhale, bringing the arms back up. Exhale, hands come down to the earth, come into tabletop, and then we'll come over to the other side. Left knees over the ankle in line with the second or third toe. Squeeze the inner thighs to rise. Softening your shoulders back and down the spine. Kind of sink and settle here. Squaring your body towards the front of the mat. Bringing hands to heart center. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left thigh. Yes, push into the thigh to help you turn. Again, it can be hand down twist if that's what your body needs today. One more round of breath here. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. Find your tabletop pose. And then we're going to come into downward dog. Gripping your fingers into the earth. Insides of the elbows are looking at each other. Shoulders roll back and down the spine. Take as much of a bend in your knees as you need. Maybe you pedal out your feet. Take the dog for a walk. Release any tension you feel in your neck. All right, let's come back into our tabletop pose. Right foot steps forward between the hands. Squeeze the inner thighs to rise. All right, so a slight tuck of the tailbone. We're going to open the arms out towards the side like we did in our kind of like butterfly pose. Open the heart up towards the sky. Butterfly arms. And as you exhale, draw the belly button in, reach the arms forward, give yourself a hug. Inhale to open. Send the tailbone down, open the heart. Exhale to round. Last one, inhale, open. And exhale to round. Inhale, let's bring the arms back up to center. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. All right, so up to you. You can keep the back knee on the earth if you wish, or you can curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. So maybe your hands stay on the earth, or maybe you place your hands on your thigh, push into that right thigh to help you lift. Okay, we're going to find our twist one more time. Hands to heart center. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Push into the thigh to help you turn. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. Let's all come into a tabletop pose. Back into child's pose. Melting your heart down towards the earth. As I overcome obstacles, the path to my chosen destination becomes clearer. Are there any obstacles that have come up for you lately? Or maybe standing in your way that need to be cleared out in order to create space for you to move on. One more round of breath. And then coming back to tabletop. Left foot steps through. Squeeze the inner thighs to rise, arms reach up towards the sky. We're going to find those butterfly arms again. Inhale, open the heart, send the tailbone down towards the earth. Exhale, round and hug, draw the belly button in. Moving with your own breath. Inhale to open. And exhale to hug. Let's do one more. All right, and then we'll release our hands down towards the earth. If you wish, coming up on the back toes, lift the back knee, squeeze the inner thighs. All of us will bring our hands to our left thigh, push into the thigh to help you lift. Hands to heart center. Find your twist. So either prayer twist or hand down twist. Inhale, let's come back to center, reach the arms up high. Good thing there's a wall beside me. Exhale, hands to the earth. We'll all come into a tabletop and back into child's pose. Exhale to release anything that is standing in your way, anything that isn't needed, to create space. Okay, let's come back to our tabletop pose. Curling your toes under, sending your hips up and back behind you, downward dog. Soften the breath. Soften in your body where it feels appropriate to do so. Maybe it's the neck, the jaw. And then gently making your way towards the front of your mat into a forward fold. Feet are hip distance apart. As much of a bend in your knees as you need, so there's no discomfort. Maybe you shake out the head. All right, allowing your hands to come to your hips. And very slowly here with a flat back, draw the belly button in, come on up to standing. Take your time. We've been hanging upside down. All right, finding mountain pose at the top of your mat. So here we go. We're going to put together warrior series and some balance. Okay. On your inhale, reaching up towards the sky, extend and mountain, soften the shoulders. Exhale, flat back, bend in the knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come back into a chair pose, sitting the hips back, slight tuck of the tailbone, arms reach up towards the sky. So you have a choice here. You can come into eagle if you wish, or maybe you keep chair legs. So I'm going to give you a couple options as we move through this. So in eagle, we'll shift our weight into our right foot. Okay, we want to find the four corners of the feet here, crossing the left knee over the right. Option for the arms, I'm going to give you two. Hands come together, elbows together, hands away from the face. See if you can lift the elbows about as high as the shoulders, soften the shoulders. Or eagle arms. No, right arm out first, left arm over top. Bend the elbows. Maybe you clasp the hands, soften the shoulders, hands away from the face. All right, so two options for legs, two options for arms, or more than one, I guess you can say, more than two for arms. One more round of breath. And then push into the right foot, release the arms, release that front leg or the top leg, and then send it back behind you into warrior one. So toes point up towards the top left corner of the mat. We want a wide stance here. Okay, check the front knee, make sure it's over the ankle in line with the second or third toe. And then bringing the arms up towards the sky, soften the shoulders. Square the hips forward. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Warrior three, shifting your weight into your right foot. Send the hands back behind you. Maybe you come up on the back toes. Perhaps you lift the back leg. So we want to turn the toes of the left foot down towards the earth. Length in the spine. One more round of breath. And then slowly step back into your warrior one. And then open up into warrior two. Back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Front heel intersects somewhere with the back foot. Bending into the front knee, check your front knee, it's over the ankle, squaring the hips to the side of the mat. Okay, so a little movement here in between a couple of poses. So we're going to come into reverse warrior, but if you want to make it a little more challenging for the core, instead of allowing the backhand to come to the thigh, we're going to send that backhand across the front of the body. Okay, so we'll send the left hand forward, right palm reaches up and over. Open the heart up towards the sky. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, that front hand reaches across the front of the body. Top arm reaches forward. So we're not using our weight to come into side angle unless that's where you need to be today. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. We'll do one more. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. Look over the front hand. We're going to windmill the hands down to frame the front foot. Step back into your variation of a plank pose. Could be knees down if need be. And push the earth away from you. So driving the hands into the earth to push away. And then shifting your weight forward, gently lowering to the earth. All right, so I invite you to find your back bend of choice. Maybe it's baby cobra, sphinx pose, full cobra. Wherever you decide to land, reach the feet away from you. Tops of the feet come down to the earth. Lift the heart. Shoulders roll away from the ears. Exhale to lower. And either reverse push-up or tabletop, downward dog. Softly walking your feet up towards the front of your mat or making your way there however you need to get there. Forward fold. On your next inhale, arms come out to the sides, reverse swan dive up into extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. So take a moment here, take a drink if you need to. Maybe return to your breath. Soften the breath, imagine that flame in front of your nose. And then whenever you are ready, mountain pose. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, flat back, swan diving down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale back into your chair. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Open the heart up towards the front of the mat. All right, so maybe legs stay in chair. Maybe you find eagle in your legs. Oh my goodness. Okay, so shifting your weight into your left foot. Right knee crosses over the left. Maybe you find the variation where you're with your arms where hands are together. You try to get the elbows together. They may not touch, doesn't matter. Or maybe it's eagle arms. Left arm out first, right arm over top. Maybe the backs of the hands touch, or you wrap the hands. Soften the shoulders wherever you are. Woo, find a place to focus on that isn't moving. Maybe sit the hips a little lower. One more round of breath. And then release the arms. Send that right knee forward and then step back into warrior one. squaring the hips towards the front of the mat. Okay, we're going to reach the arms back behind us, draw the crown of the head forward, bring the belly button in towards the spine. Perhaps you shift your weight into that front foot. Back foot comes up, warrior three, send the toes down, not send the toes, sorry, spin the toes down. Imagine that you are turning the right inner thigh up towards the sky. Lengthen the crown of the head. One more round of breath. And then gently stepping back into your warrior one. All right, spinning open into warrior two. So right foot comes parallel to the back of the mat, front heel intersects with the middle of the back foot, squaring the hips towards the long edge of the mat. Soften the shoulders. Check your front knee. We just want to make sure that it's in line with the second or third toe. All right, and then reverse warrior. Again, if you want, you can find that variation to help with core a little bit. So reverse warrior, right hand comes down, maybe comes forward, left arm reaches up and over. Still bend into the front knee. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Maybe that left hand reaches towards the back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. We have one more in each direction. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Look over the front arm. Windmilling the hands down to frame the front foot. Step back into your plank, your variation of plank. Shifting your weight forward and gently lower to the earth. All right, find your back bend of choice. Shoulders roll away from the ears, tops of the feet to the earth. Can you be gentle with your breath? Gentle with your mind? Gentle with your heart? Exhale to lower. All right, let's make our way into a tabletop pose. And from tabletop, finding any kind of organic movements that feels good for you in your body. What is your back asking for? What are your arms asking for? Maybe your core. Okay, and then whenever you're ready, we're going to come back into our child's pose. Any variation that feels good in your legs. Reaching the arms out long if you can. Melting the heart down towards the earth. So taking a moment to listen inside. What is your inner voice telling you that you need? Maybe it's in your practice, in your day, in your life. No one will ever blame you for trying to get it right. I trust my inner voice. I trust my inner voice. One more round of breath here. And then let's walk the hands over towards the right side of the mat. Maybe the left hand comes on top, melting the left side body down towards the earth. Gently allowing your hands to move through center and over towards the left side. Maybe the right hand comes on top of the left, melting the right side body down. Gently allowing your hands to come back to center. We're going to shift our way forward into tabletop. Shift a little bit more, tuck the elbows and lower. All right, so front chest and front shoulder here. Not sure why I'm announcing everything today, but that's okay. So we're going to we'll start here. We'll bring the right arm out towards the side. Okay, so we want the hand coming out from the shoulder. And you're going to turn and look towards the left, placing your head down on the earth. You're going to see me not doing that because I don't want to lay on the mic. Okay, so then it's up to you how far you go, but be gentle with yourself in this movement because a little goes a long way. So maybe from here, you just draw the left knee up along the side of your body like you're, I don't know, cuddling a teddy bear. Some sort of stuffy. We love stuffies in this house. It's actually a fox, but anyway, maybe you slowly start to roll over onto that right arm and you place the left foot on the earth, right, or left knee points up towards the sky. Use the other hand for balance. No barking, sorry, not you, the dog. Maybe you step that left foot back behind you. Maybe the left arm reaches up and back behind you. No, sorry. It's not a good time for him to start barking. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath. Once those 3 rounds of breath are completed for you, slowly unraveling here, making your way towards their front body. Just take a moment here to pause. And then we're going to make our way over to the other side. So left arm comes out long. Looking towards the right side. And again, slowly rolling over onto the left side. And find what feels good for you here. You might just be in that cuddle pose. Our fox Stuffy's name is Sprinkles in this house. Sprinkles. Maybe the right foot comes to the earth, right knee up. Or maybe you step the right foot back behind you. Maybe the right hand reaches back behind you. So gentle, 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 gentle. You know, it's amazing. We can be gentle with animals and small children, or even big children, but we forget to be gentle with ourselves. One more round, no, 3 more rounds of breath, sorry. And once those 3 rounds of breath are complete for you, gently unraveling. And come back onto your front body and take a few rounds of breath. Softening your body down towards the earth. The expert at anything was once a beginner. I am becoming more knowledgeable and wiser with each day. So perhaps if there's something new that you are moving towards, something on your path, and maybe you feel like the beginner, trust in your inner voice. Know that you are becoming more knowledgeable and wiser with each day. Okay, so gently making your way back into your tabletop pose. Okay, so we're going to come into a variation of thread the needle here. If thread the needle, where we come down onto that arm, is not comfortable for you in your body, feel free to come to any comfortable seated position. And your stretch for your arm is going to be reaching the arm across, grabbing hold of the back of the arm to gently pull it forward. Try not to grab the elbow. Okay, so from tabletop, we'll actually do this from child's pose. So gently sitting your hips back, not reaching the arms out long just yet. Okay, right arm comes out to the side and then scooping the right arm under, allowing that shoulder to come down towards the earth. Maybe you reach the left hand out further, or if you need to, you can always stack the left hand underneath the forehead. So soften here into this pose. You're kind of lean a little bit into the arm to stretch out the shoulder. Softening the hips, softening your shoulders. Whenever you are ready, we're going to bring the left hand back out to this side somewhere, kind of like you're going to make your way back into tabletop, which is what you're going to do. Push into your hand to unravel the right arm and place it down onto the earth. Come into table. Back into child's pose. Not all the way with the arms. And then same thing on this side. Left arm reaches out towards the side, scooping the left arm under. So we want to tuck the left shoulder back so that it goes a little bit closer towards the knees and not up in the ear. So where does the right hand need to be to support you? You can always grab a block or a blanket to place underneath the forehead as well. Maybe the forehead doesn't come onto anything, that's okay. And gently release your body onto this side. One more round of breath. Placing the right hand on the earth, push into the right hand, make your way out and into tabletop. Find any movements your back is asking for. Let's make our way onto our backs. We're going to come into a twist. Oops. Okay. So feet are on the earth, hip distance apart, knees are bent. So I'm going to bring you into a twist that is a little more for low back. But if you have another variation of the twist that feels good for you in your body, or you feel like you need it, please listen to your body and find that variation instead. I'm just giving you ideas, right? Okay, so we're going to keep everything on the earth, shoulders, feet, head, except the hips, shifting the hips over to the left side, and then allowing the knees to drop over towards the right. Trying to keep both shoulders flat on the earth. Maybe you look to the left. Arms come out to the side, palms face up towards the sky. Softening the left shoulder down. Softening in the face, the back of the head, the neck. Softening the hips. Imagine that candle flame in front of your nose. Find a gentle breath. So our last quote, you can take it however you wish. I kind of personally disagree a little bit, but all you need is the plan, the roadmap, and the courage to press on to your destination. Sometimes we don't need the plan. Sometimes we don't need the roadmap, but we do need the courage. I have all it takes to make my dreams a reality. Courage, maybe, or trust in your inner voice, in yourself, being gentle with yourself. That's all you need. Let's find one more round of breath. Then gently allowing the knees to come back to center and reposition the back flat on the earth. Whenever you're ready, shifting the hips over towards the right side of your mat, dropping the knees to the left. Maybe you look to the right. Again, softening the body down towards the earth. Releasing tension. Maybe you restack your legs if you need to. What feels right in your body.
I invite you to find 3 more rounds of breath. And once that's complete for you, coming back to center and repositioning your back flat on the earth. And then find something that your body needs. Take a moment to listen inside. Listen to the body, listen to the heart. What do you need? Is it a drink of water? Is it some movement? Maybe another yoga pose that's calling for you, or just some sort of shape? That's all we do, right? In yoga, make shapes. Okay, that's not all we do, but we make shapes with our body. That's what we do with the body. So you have 1 minute here to find whatever it is you need to come into it. And then when you're ready, finding Shavasana or any final resting shape on the earth.
So this idea of being gentle with ourselves kind of makes me think of what it's like to have a flower. So we need to be gentle with the flower. We don't want to break off any petals. So it made me think of everything that we've talked about or that I've gone through today with our class, made me think about the lotus flower. The lotus flower starts as a bud, a tight bud, in muddy waters. As it grows up and out of the water, each petal slowly opens one by one. And once all the petals are open, it is unspoiled, clean, clear. There's no mud. But the only way for this beautiful flower to grow is to be in mud first. So perhaps we can imagine ourselves here as a bud of a lotus flower in muddy waters. Imagine your color. And those muddy waters represent the muck in our lives. The stuff that is not always what we want to deal with or want to look at. The not so fun parts of our lives. But in order to grow, we need to start from there. We need to start from maybe the pain or discomfort. And then imagine your bud, your lotus flower, or you slowly growing up out of the mud. And with each exhale, imagine one petal opening at a time. Nice and slow. Once all the petals are open, notice there that your petals are clean. There's no more mud. And you are beautiful. Okay, so there's a quote by Goldie Hawn. The lotus is the most beautiful flower whose petals open one by one, but it will only grow in the mud. In order to grow and gain wisdom, first you must have the mud, the obstacles of life and its suffering. The mud speaks of the common ground that humans share no matter what our stations in life. Whether we have it all or we have nothing, we are all faced with the same obstacles: sadness, loss, illness, dying, and death. If we are to survive as human beings, to gain more wisdom, more kindness, and more compassion, we must have the intention to grow as a lotus and open each petal one by one. Today, I abandon my old habits and take up new, more positive ones. As I overcome the obstacles, the path to my chosen destination becomes clearer. I trust my inner voice. I am becoming more knowledgeable and wiser with each day. I have all it takes to make my dreams a reality. So wherever you are, perhaps making some small movements here in the neck, rocking the head from side to side. Maybe you allow the head to relax on one side, feel a stretch along the one side of your neck. And then maybe switch over to the other side. Gently bringing the head back to center, making some gentle movements in your body. Rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. And gently making your way up to seated. Once you get there, lowering or closing your eyes. Last time, imagine the candle flame in front of your nose. Gentle, soft breaths here, trying not to blow out the candle. Can you be gentle with your breath, your mind, your body, and your heart? The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me today and for sharing your practice with me and with each other. Have a beautiful day.